Yeah, cool. So we can kick things off now. Everyone is on time. So I just want to say thank you for participating in the challenge thus far. Day three, we went over a lot, right? By going through day one, day two, day three, you should be able to grow your grow your school on demand. Essentially, it's lead generation. But not just lead generation. How do you start and continue conversations? How do you be more visible? And today is it's more of just what have you been working on? How can I help you? Right. So I'm going to go around the room, and if you'd like to volunteer, I'll have a conversation with you and work with you to identify your biggest bottleneck in your business and how you can move forward. Also, if you're looking for some clarity on anything we've covered over the last 3 days, you're more than welcome to discuss that as well. But again, here to provide some high value, specific, personalized guidance and support for an area of your business that will really help you move things forward. So, who wants to go first? Oh, Krista. Okay, Jonathan. Yeah, cool. Brave soul, Jonathan. Yeah. What you got going on today?
Yeah, I was like, if no one's gonna raise their hand, I might as well. And I launched a school community yesterday, just thinking about a lot. I've been through the iterations of starting a community, getting 25 members and deleting it because I'm not confident, and doing that a few times, past probably 6 to 9 months. And all the while just building slow case studies, just like how working with people, kind of like coaching. But the angle I took yesterday, and I walked through another group, and basically trying to figure out how to grow my membership, grow people. It's a free community, but find the right people in the right niche. So like I'm focusing on Christian men, professionals, like looking for a career transition, looking to kind of level up, but I'm finding I'm in the wrong groups, or I'm in the creator groups like Synthesizer or other groups like this one. And I'm not finding the right people to talk to join and actually walk through what I have to offer on my School About page. So I'm curious to know what is working for you, but also because again, I know you now have a community that's large enough you can kind of just your fishing pond is big enough that it's working. But like I guess what worked for you to kind of get going with that. I know this 5 day challenge has been super helpful for me, but I just feel like I haven't quite found those communities yet where my ideal niche is.
Yeah. So your niche is other Christian men, is that right?
Yes.
Yeah. So is it only for Christian men?
Yes, I have worked with women as well, but I'm finding that is kind of more specifically what I'm working at, and where I tend to kind of fall into.
Okay. One thing to mention, because I've worked with individuals who work with Christians as well. And one thing that came up in my conversations with them is that just faith-based individuals, like individuals of faith, just a
Mm-hmm.
consideration because we want people to resonate with our brand, to resonate who we want to assemble with. And faith based or faith driven kind of opens up a little bit more where people can have different faiths, and that may widen your appeal to people who may be interested in joining your community. Again, something for you to reflect on and contemplate. But just sharing that as when I share that with another individual, they're like, oh, wow, that does have a lot more potential than only focusing on Christian individuals. Something for you to think about. Um, so this is something you won't hear me say a lot outwardly out of a call like this, but there's a bandwagon effect to growing your community. So when you're growing your community, I would just say get a lot of people in, even if they're not the ideal qualified people. And I would say like the target for that is like 100 members, right? So friends, family, colleagues, even if people are not a great fit for your community, like just get those numbers up because I'm here to help you generate leads. I'm here to help you attract people to your community. And there's this weird dynamic. If you don't see a community that has enough numbers, like you're reluctant to join it. So what I would say, especially at the beginning, like really campaign to grow the community, even if you know that those people aren't a good fit. because once you get to about 100 members or whatever number that capitalizes on this bandwagon effect, then it's going to be easier to attract those members who are a good fit for it. So that's kind of a little trick or mental shift or perspective I share about that I don't share with everyone. But just grow the group because the bandwagon effect is real, right? Um, and I join communities because I'm looking for other fishing ponds. As we all know, that fishing ponds, leveraging other people's groups is beneficial. I join groups that have over 1,000 people easily because I'm like, oh, if it's over 1,000 people, it must be a thriving community. It might be a good fishing pond. And then, of course, the fallacies I join, and there's like, like less than 100 points of the top people in leaderboards not very engaged. But that's just an example to say, like, just starting, like, get the numbers up, so that, you can easily attract more individuals. Does that answer some of what you were asking about?
Yeah. If I could, can I ask a follow up to that?
Sure, yeah.
The I guess what have you been doing to find? I guess you're just looking up communities and just keyword search on school, just like looking for
Yeah.
your niche, just kind of finding it. Like I feel like I'm right there with doing the actual action, but what is the actual action just to kind of join those communities? I guess I'm looking at
Yeah.
different profiles or
Yeah. So, your niche is very different than mine. I'm not sure what kind of communities are out there that attract, individuals of faith or Christian individuals. I would search that in the search field, and then also, if you meet individuals who are in your ideal target demographic, your audience, like ask them, like, hey, do you know of any groups that I should join? Quite simple, but just doing that. Like I ask people all the time, like, hey, are there any other cool groups to hang out where there's other entrepreneurs and like it's engaged? So finding that through that dynamic can be good. And also if it's so new and it's not so easy to find, like then you want to be the rallying point to have that. Right? Like get excited. Like, hey, I want like the best, largest, most engaged, most supportive, engaged school community for Christian men. Right. And just like just start campaigning. Like, hey, do you know anyone would be a good fit for this? Which is what we often make the mistake for. Like we're looking to find that one person. If they're not that one person, then we don't invite them. Um, but even just thinking about it, like I know other Christian men, right? Like, hey, Justin, I'm starting to get excited. I talked about get evangelical about what you want to share. It's interesting because when I think about evangelical, I think about like Christian faith and how Christians are very evangelical. But that's what I perceive from it. It's just like get so excited about it that you want to tell everyone about it, and that you want to tell people about it, even if they're not a good fit, because they might know someone's a good fit. So for example, you just said you started it, like everyone you know, like everyone you get excited. Who cares if they say no? Who cares if they ignore you? Hey, I'm starting this new community for Christian men who are looking for support in this kind of area. Do you know anyone? And just do it and get used to it because you'll find some people, I'm sure you will. And some people will respond and say they have people that you didn't expect them to say that, but that's kind of like why you make the invite.
yeah, no, that's helpful. Thank you.
Yeah. Cool, yeah. Starting is always tricky. Also, I have like 10 archive school communities. So I hear you, John. I've tried and it's like I changed my mind. I've shifted it, invite people, not the right demographic, and then I change it up. Cool. Yeah, let me know how that goes. Feel free to send me a message with your progress and really just finding those groups. I think would be a good search and let me know what you find.
Sounds
Cool.
good.
All right. Alicia.
Justin, thank you for your great insight. I just wanted to touch on something because I've been um, growing communities, sort of growing a community working, iterating in this space for a long time. And you mentioned to open up to just about anyone. In my experience, I've done that. I just caution that because I've gotten the anyone come into the community, especially in the faith driven sort of context, and it becomes sort of like a fight. Like they're disruptive, they're
Mm,
not helpful, they don't care about what I'm trying to do here. So that has been challenging. When I go wide, I feel there's something important too about going deep. Small is okay, as well. So it might take longer. That's one of the things that I've realized, that it might take longer, but I think we need to sort of like laser focus in on who it is we're really trying to connect with, who we're trying to serve. Because I wasted so much time trying with these. I'm just speaking from experience.
Yeah.
It might work for some people if you can navigate that and you just have a whole bunch of people there just not being helpful. But I am concerned about that part too. Like
Okay.
they're not good.
Yeah. That's a good point. Yeah, I hear what you mean. You do want to make sure that you don't get the wrong people in. Um, I guess yeah, thanks for clarifying that. Um when I was trying to get to my first 100, I invited people who I knew would probably never engage on school, like they're on Facebook, and I just said, "Hey, I started in this new community. I'm looking to get my members up. Would you join just to help me a little bit? Because, I just want people to see that it's a sizable community." So I hear what you say. Growing the community, I think, is good, and people might say that's a bit like manipulative, but again, the bandwagon effect is real. So what you're saying is more of like making sure that the right people get in regard to who's actually going to engage, which I agree with that, right? The bandwagon effect, if there's people in who could just support you as a number, I think it's good, but you're right, especially depending on the space that you're looking to create. I think it does make a lot of sense to make sure that you have the right people in there. Yeah,
And if I may add to this, when
sure.
I'm looking for like, if I'm looking for things outside of like fishing ponds, like I just find a community that I'm interested in. Like if it has less than 50 members, I'm like, oh, like I feel like exposed in that community. So that could be another reason to have a higher number, just to people when they see it. Oh, there's 100 members in there, at least, like, or 50 plus. They might be more likely to join if they're more of a introvert, and if they see like 20 members, they're like, I don't want to, like I need space to like look before I start interacting with others. And this is for communities that I'm into the topic of the community, not that I'm in there for networking and my business.
Yeah, cool. I just was thinking back to what you were saying, John. Like for some reason, I come across a lot of Christian women entrepreneurs in the space more than I come across like men. So I may introduce you to a few people after this call because Christian women are going to know Christian men, right? So if you're looking to start a group, there's maybe some good people to ask, like, oh, by the way, I'm starting this. Do you know? And one thing that's interesting about me that I'll just share on this call because we're here to get to know each other a bit more is I was raised Christian even though my parents are agnostic. So I went to a kindergarten, from kindergarten to eighth grade, I went to a Christian school, a Lutheran school, because my parents wanted me to go to a really good school. And I'm really grateful for those Christian values that were instilled in me from a young age. It's just like community, service, being good, So I totally resonate with what you're looking to do. And I know how beneficial it is for Christians to find community with other Christians. So I think it's a great mission, just sharing that. Cool. Alicia, was I able to respond to you well enough? Is there anything else you want to mention?
No, I'm yeah, not opposing anything. I know there's something about like what Evelyn is saying there, like when you approach some groups and they're like only 7 people in the group, you're kind of like, okay, I'm not going to do that, right? So I get that, but you did, yes, what you're saying in terms of that bandwagon sort of like
Yeah.
effect, of course, yes, but just a little caution is all I'm saying.
Right,
Just
yeah, yeah, yeah. The
who
bandwagon, but
those
caution
people.
on who's
Yeah,
jumping on the
yeah, because
bandwagon.
you do
Yeah.
good stuff. I know what you're doing. I know you're adding a lot of rich value here. So, and I appreciate that. So thank you.
Yeah, for sure.
Just
Yeah.
just as a case study, like so I currently have like 115 members or so, and maybe like 10 or 15 are actually active. And like, I mean, a lot of the ones that joined like it wasn't like random people, it was people who were interested, but maybe just didn't come back. But like, I think Sam Ovens, like from the school also says like, you need 10 regulars. So
Yeah.
like, you don't need like all the members to be super active. You just need like a good group, like within the total number to be like there and like, be the right people.
Yeah, I
And the
agree
ones that
with
are
that.
active are super active and like they comment on everything and they're like join me on stuff, even though when you look at when you join, like, oh, 117 members, but only, and that's good, mistakes I've made in the past, but like the few that are active make a huge difference. Like I don't need all 100 of them to be super active.
Yeah, I've heard it's about like, 10-20% of your members are actually active and engaged members. I'll call on Uncle Rashid in a moment. All right. So what was I gonna say? Yeah, so it's a mix of volume and quality individuals, right? Like, I got 400 members in my community and I'll do a celebratory post of like, hey, just, got 400 members. This is how you can do some of the same. And sure, I'm focused on that milestone of getting 400 members or whatever milestone it may be for you, but the goal is that because your membership is growing, because you're hitting those milestones, there's potential that there's more of the right people within that volume, right? There's more engaged people who are really aligned with what you're sharing, your passion, who are even a good fit for your paid offers. So even though we kind of like are looking for volume, it's not the volume itself, it's the potential within that volume that matters. I just want to make clear on that. Okay, Uncle Rashid, you're on mute.
Thank you. First, I wanted to point out what you were telling Jonathan about just talking to everybody. I'm not a Christian, but I belong to a group that is for Christian men, and I put it in the comments directly to him. It's called the Southern Gentleman that I ran into because we had common things. And the other thing I wanted to say was the Christian values that you mentioned. I think they're more human values than limited to Christian values. As a Muslim, I believe in those same values. I'm sure the Buddhists and Hindus, they all agree to those values. So they're more of human values than uh,
Yeah,
being limited. Yeah. Um, having said that, coming back to my uh, growing my school community, uh, I haven't applied everything in the last 3 days, but I started joining communities that had similar. And what I found was a lot of them uh, don't even. They're just sitting there. Well, I'm not part of them. The
yeah,
membership is still pending. So obviously they're not active communities. So how do you go about uh, uh, finding out where are the active communities are?
yeah,
And second is how do you, without being offensive, how do you attract members from those community into yours?
yeah,
Because you
yeah,
don't
yeah.
want to, you don't
I
want to
got it.
sound like.
Yeah, yeah, yeah,
Okay.
yeah, yeah. I'll answer briefly, and then this is also what I talked about specifically on day three of the challenge. Day two, more in day three, about like how to not position yourself as a thought leader in someone else's community and how to be just a valuable member of someone's community. Like if you're a valuable member of someone's community, then they're not going to mind you connecting with other individuals who might then join your group. And it's something that is very simple, but a lot of people don't think about like, hey, you're a guest in someone else's house, and that house is essentially someone's school community. Why not, bring some drinks to other people who are guests in that person's house? Or why don't you comment on that welcome post to welcome some of the new members so they don't have to do it themselves?
Right.
Um, so those are some things to consider. Check out like day two, day three. But yeah, just be a valuable member. Like give more than you take. Be not just visible, but stand out because your comments are just a little bit longer, not just longer, but a little bit more like considerate, like you're actually looking to make connections, I think is one way to go about it. And also it's just like curiosity. Like if you're curious about people, people are going to be curious about you. And if your about page and your bio is optimized when people are curious about you, if they are a good fit for you, what you offer, ideally, then they join, or it's easy to have a conversation with them to then invite them to your community. In regard to finding engaged and active communities, I say this a lot also, just join a lot of communities because you don't know what the community is like until you join it, but you can always leave the community if it's not active or engaged, which I do quite often because it's lead gen, it's prospecting, right? You don't know what the fishing pond is like until you can get access to it. And I've left a lot of groups. I've joined a lot. I've left a lot. Because you're looking for those ideal ones. So I would say like join at least 10 groups that you feel your ideal individual might hang out in. And then if they are there, then hang out more. If not, then you can always leave.
How do you leave a community that never accepted you in?
Oh, I see. Okay. Yeah. Interesting. I would just add more communities then. Yeah, I get I've tried to join communities that didn't let me in. I just like revoke my request and then I just find other ones. For a reason. If they don't want me, then I'm not gonna spend time, energy, or attention trying to get into it. I'm just gonna find another one.
Right. Okay.
Yeah,
Yeah, but it's
cool.
just kind of crowding up my list that I have to scroll through to get to the right communities.
Yeah,
So because it's there, because I requested it, but they never accepted my request. They didn't reject me, but they
yeah,
didn't even bother.
yeah.
Uh,
I'd say we can revoke it. And yeah, I mean, I'll take a look at your profile to make sure everything is good. I don't know why they're not accepting you, but I'll
oh,
take a
that
look and
because
see. Yeah.
it's not so much that they're not accepting me per se. It seems like it's not it's a community where somebody started a community and they never really give
Okay,
it
so maybe they're
any
not even checking requests or something like that.
right.
We'll chat about it. I'll get you sorted. Okay.
Okay,
All right,
thank you.
Uzair.
So for me, the problem that I'm facing right now is like I don't know what should I be putting on my discovery page. Not discovery page, like the cover page. Like I know how to solve the problem of procrastination myself, and I have helped a client as well. But I don't have as much proofs like other people have. Like when I joined other people community, they have like 10 plus people that they helped, and they have a lot of proof in their community, like screenshots of the people that they helped with. But I don't have that much proof, so how can I create my cover page so that it drives traffic and like when they come up to my traffic uh cover page and be like, yeah, I just want to join this community. I don't know like how to make my cover page more attractive because I'm just starting out. I don't have much proof. And
Yeah.
I've seen people like join community, like they have the more proof they have, the more people they have in their community. You know what I mean?
Yeah. So I'll
Yeah.
respond to that one. Yeah, that's a good one. So testimonials and case studies convey that you've worked with individuals to get them results. But what people really want is they want to know that you understand their problems better than they do. So if you don't
Mhm.
yet have those testimonials and case studies, how can you express on your about page or whatever you're conveying in your messaging or even your content that
Mm.
you know better than other people why they procrastinate? I'll just ask
Yeah.
you, what is it? What is it that drives people to procrastinate? What is the main thing that goes on with them that they may not even be aware of?
Like they have like negative emotions associated with something that led them to not do that thing.
Yeah,
Like if they want to do something and the reason they are not doing that thing, it means that there is something going on in their head, like they are having negative thoughts about that thing. And
yeah,
if they have positive thoughts about that thing, they would have done that thing already. Like
yeah,
why don't we procrastinate on things that we like, and why do we procrastinate on things that we don't like?
yeah,
So I think when procrastination happens when negative emotions are more than positive emotions.
yeah.
That's what I think.
Yeah, that's really good. I think some of that could go on your about page.
Hmm.
Like,
Okay.
hey, do you procrastinate? Are you aware that you have negative emotions that get in the way of you doing the things that will lead to more success and fulfillment in your life and your business?
Hmm.
Come join
Okay.
my community and let's talk about it.
Okay.
right? So it's that you
Mm.
understand the people and what's going
Yeah.
on with them that is going to draw them in. And of course, when they do work with you, you'll get more testimonials and case studies. But why do we have testimonials and case studies? It's to show people who are not yet working with us that we understand the people that we've worked with. So that
Mm.
understanding authentically is going to draw the people into you. So I would just lean into that, you know? So
Okay.
also,
Mm.
I say it like, especially for coaches and creators, like your ideal client
Yeah.
is a previous version of yourself.
Mm.
So
Yep.
you can talk about how you used to procrastinate and how you didn't used to understand any of that. And if people see themselves in your story, then
Mm.
they're going to be drawn to that as well. So,
Yep. Yep. And I
yeah,
have like written down all the things that I used to face the problem with. Like I have written down all the stuff, the problem that I used to face. But I only have like one picture that is, I think that is not enough. I need to add some more picture as well, like the visual, so that people will understand more. And yeah, I will take your advice. I will do something to create like a post or a photos that shows like why procrastination happens. You know what I mean?
yeah, yeah,
Yeah.
for sure.
Thank you
Yeah.
so thank you
Yeah,
so
yeah,
much,
yeah. Yeah, like
Justin.
yeah,
Yeah.
if like not just like, hey, I help you solve procrastination. Like this is why it happens.
Yeah.
Does this sound like you? And then they're like, wow,
Mm,
great, yeah. That's
yeah.
a great strategy, especially if you don't have testimonials. Yeah. Yeah, it's resonance. As you understand people then better than they understand themselves, right? Like you
Mm,
understand their problem better than whatever they've tried to solve or figure out. It's
yeah.
a simple one. And I like answering it because it's also very authentic, right? You just know you're the expert. You know people better than other people out there.
Thank
Yeah.
you so much. Thank you so much, Justin. Thank you.
Yeah. Yeah. Awesome for sure. Also, testimonials aren't hard to get, just like I was there years ago. Like, hey, if I could offer you a quick 30-minute session in exchange for a testimonial, would you be open to it?
Mm,
And
okay.
just do that. Like, the shortage of testimonials, it shouldn't get in the way of you attracting people to your community, but it's also not hard to collect testimonials. Also,
Mm,
because you're a good guy, you're social, I know you're good at what you did. Hey, if I could give you some tips to overcome procrastination in a 30-minute session, would you be
mm,
open to that in exchange for a video testimonial?
that's a great idea. I never thought like that, to be honest. Thank you
Yeah,
so
yeah.
much. Thank you
Yeah,
so much, Justin.
yeah, for sure. And if you really want to do it, like collect the testimonial on the call.
Like, yeah, I really want to do that. Why not?
Yeah, because well, I mean, I'm just speaking to it because like it's what are testimonials and case studies? They're lead converting assets.
Mm,
So the more testimonials and case studies you have, the more lead converting assets you have.
yeah.
And I know how it goes because I've done this a lot, and I want people to convert more leads and get more clients. So what happens a lot is people don't record the testimonial for you because they get in their own way. But
Mm,
if you collect it on the call, they're not getting away. So you
yeah.
could provide to them like 25 minutes of value.
Mm,
And you can even say like, oh, is it okay if I collect a testimonial from you on this call? They're going
yeah.
to say okay. And that's what you said. It's a transaction. Like we don't believe in free work, but
Mm,
it's not free work. It's free work in exchange for an asset that's going to benefit your business.
yeah.
And then you record the video. It's recording the whole time, ideally. You just hide your screen because you don't need to see your screen. You're getting them. And then you just
Mm,
ask them like, okay, so Justin, what was I able to help you with in regard to your understanding of procrastination? Go.
mm.
Record it right there, edit it. There you go. Testimonial in 30 minutes.
Yeah, I'm gonna do that with the client that I have helped with. You know what I mean? I'm gonna do
Cool.
that. Yeah.
Awesome.
Thank you so much, Justin. Thank you so much. I really appreciate it.
Yeah, my pleasure. All right. Anyone else? Don't be shy. If you don't know what to ask, I'll ask you questions until we know what's there. Yeah, thanks, Alicia. Thanks for jumping in.
I'll jump up because I do have a question now thinking about it on the back
Sure.
of the conversation because I've grown my free community to 200 and some members, right? I think it's 207 as of today. And I used to offer a premium tier in there, which I've now, as we talked about earlier, split off into its own thing. And the free community has a slightly different focus now. So what I want to do is really make that more, um, we'll say locked into one particular market facing pain point that leads into the education I want to provide, which you know a bit about. So my brand is unshakable on the unshakable entrepreneurs because again, I believe that having an unshakable mind leads to unshakable execution. In your experience, I'd love to get the chance to ask you this. What are people searching for? Because no one wakes up and says, "I need identity work. I need to fix my mind so I can fix my business." That's kind of what I'd like your opinion on if we have the time.
Yeah. Yeah, yeah. So I think and I mean, just bring it out. And we talked about this. Like, we often have the awareness of what we're meant to share and what we're meant to do. We just forget that awareness. We lose it, which is why
Yeah.
it's beneficial to have people who just understand. Um, and also, before I shifted back into helping with like business guidance and client attraction and client enrollment, I did spend several months helping people with identity. So I know like all the pitfalls and all the challenges and struggles of trying to market that, and also what can work. Um, so what really worked for me was self-sabotage. Like like people know when they self-sabotage, and they
Hmm.
know when they get in their own way. That's actually
Yeah.
a word that I use quite often, like get in your own way. Self-sabotage, stop getting in your own way. Um, Stop playing small, inner resistance. People really like that one, like playing small and getting your own way. Like it's super simple. Self-sabotage, it's a little bit more like people don't identify it with
Yeah.
as much like right away, but getting in your own way, like playing it small, knowing you're capable of more, right? This is what I used to talk about in my messaging and my content when I was offering more identity stuff, and I got a lot of people interested. Yeah.
Hmm. And again, you said like daily or like the remembering, right? Because that's what I've been doing is the daily prompts. Like this is the remembering that you're in charge, right? Not these circumstances. So I'll think on it more. I'll mull it over because like I typically lead with the inconsistency of execution for the more execution focused entrepreneurs, but for like the wider top of funnel where it's like people just need to know what is going on. And you said like understanding their problems better than they do. Like I've been
Yeah.
studying this for about 20 years, so I'm sure we can get something where the average new entrepreneur can get a benefit. So thank you for the insight. I will mull that over.
Yeah, 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 for sure. Yeah, Evelyn said, yeah. With question, we can go deeper, Will. What is reaching your potential? How do you help people step into their potential?
Is that a question for me?
Yeah, sure.
Yeah, so basically people's potential is limited by the safety of who they used to be. So people will always trend towards safety as opposed to going towards success because you're working with hardware and software that is designed to keep you consistent with who you believe you are. So it starts with removing the awareness that that is who you're stuck as,
Yeah.
right? So most people, when they start taking an action, it's comfort protecting as opposed to success producing. And I do use that phrase, are you done procrastinating on your potential? Right? I have used that on my show. So yeah, I really appreciate it. It's just like the extra perspectives on what the market is looking for from other people in the market is just always really helpful. So thank you.
I think that's really good. Yeah, I agree with Pam. Brilliantly articulated. That's really good. Yeah. Yeah. What comes to mind? Break free the safety of who you think you are. Transcend the safety of who you believe yourself to be. Step into your potential, right? I think there's a lot there. I know with what you said there, it was so good and it just flowed out naturally, right? If you shared some of that with people who would benefit from what you do, it's just like, wow, I want to understand more of that. Comfort over potential. Yeah, really good. Yeah, thanks for sharing feedback to others on the call. That's what we're here for. We're here to support each other. I can offer feedback and tips and suggestions, but sometimes it's good to hear from other people as well. Cool. Anyone else? Don't be shy. Now I can start nominating people. Going back to my teacher
I'm
days.
always down to being asked questions so I can figure things out, but
Okay.
I don't have any specific questions. So
All right. All right, Evelyn. We've had some conversations before, so we'll get right into it. What are you currently focused on
sure.
selling?
Improved energy, stable mood, and good sleep so you can perform, be present, and do all the things you want to do.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Good. Yeah, even from our conversations, it sounds much better than it did before.
Yeah,
Um,
I'm quoting my new about page thanks to the day one of this of
Oh
this.
yeah. It makes me super happy to like have all these conversations going on about like how everyone's optimizing their about pages from like what I'm teaching and then to look at it and see like how awesome they look compared to what it used to be. So that last part you said, do all the things that you want to do, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes.
Let's get more clear and specific on that because you help women, right?
Yes. Yeah. Yeah. I'm niche down to women.
What are the things they want to do?
I mean, that would be specific to each person. Like if they want to perform, build a business, if they want to travel more, if they want to just go out and do physical activities that then sometimes maybe they're too tired to do.
Yeah.
That would be very individual, is whatever their if it's an energy problem, it's just or even
Okay.
being present with their family.
Right.
You know,
Yeah. Family is a good one. I think from what you said there, that is more specific, more tangible. And I ask you this because the more specific and the more tangible you can make it, like the more resonant is going to be with
mhm,
individuals. So even though you say it can be catered to the individual, like having in your mind, or even from your experience of who you've worked with, like what was it that they enjoyed more because you work with them? Like,
mm, I think the from the people that I work with, I guess maybe it's more focused on mood than energy.
yeah,
Because it's just being, yeah, not like just being more stable and not having, because especially around things like PMS or even
yeah,
like menopause, um just having a more like being not snapping at like their kids, for example, is like this one.
yeah,
Well, one of the people that I didn't really work with her one on one, but she did a lot of the things. She followed a lot of things that I have in my community, and she just said like she doesn't necessarily need a nap every day anymore, so she can actually like get things done around the house.
yeah, yeah.
Uh,
So
um,
I would say like when you get more clear on the things done in the house, that's going to be like wow, because it's
yeah,
not just things. And what comes to mind for me, and I understand the I have a wife, you know, she PMSs sometimes. She
yeah,
snaps at the daughters. She snaps at me. It's like, oh, I think it's that time of month. I'm sorry.
yeah,
She hates it,
yeah.
right? So
That
if
shouldn't.
you
That's
could
unfortunately that is common, but it should not be normal.
exactly, but if you can get more specific on that experience in
Yeah,
your
I do. Yeah,
messaging, they want to
yeah,
avoid that, so they know. And like, why do they want better mood? Why do they want to regulate or understand their hormones more so that you don't snap at your loved ones, you don't
yeah,
cause unnecessary friction, no
yeah,
unnecessary fights, no awkward conversations or silence at the dinner table? You know what I mean?
yeah,
Like I'm getting more
yeah.
specific into it because people hate these things.
Yes, yeah. It's
Yeah,
not
so
fun.
if you could tell
And
them more
that's true.
specifically,
It could be PMS, but it's also like sleep issues. Like I know when
yeah,
I was like when I had my newborns that would wake me up all night, I was not like
yeah,
like my mood was off. So like even just sleep issues that people even not necessarily PMS, but a menopause sleep
yeah,
is huge. Like people stop sleeping, and they're like I can't sleep anymore or get night
yeah.
sweats and stuff like that. So that's also affects mood, and it all affects each other. So sort of like
Yeah. I mean, it's
yeah,
women and especially women, you know, like mothers or wives, romantic partners,
yeah,
like they want better relationships with themselves
yeah,
and others, right? So,
yes,
um, have improved energy and a better mood
yeah.
to have better memories with your loved ones.
We like the memories with them.
Yeah, because memories, man, like it's what my mom
Yeah,
says, like it's memories. It's like your
yeah,
memories, like it's just like it's lifelong, right? It's just like,
yeah.
hey, have the
Yeah.
energy you deserve and the mood you want so you can make the memories you want with your loved ones.
Very cool.
Yeah, it's good, right?
So
It's fun.
yeah. So so is
It's
this
fun.
more, would
Yeah.
you say this is more of an about page messaging, or like how do you incorporate this messaging into posts or or like the
Yeah.
interactions with people before you get them in a call, like before they actually come to your community? Like
Yeah. So I think it's awareness of the different aspects of your messaging so that you can use for different purposes. Right? Like
gotcha.
maybe it's beneficial to use this on your about page. Maybe it's
Yeah,
beneficial to use this in a post. Maybe it's beneficial to use this in conversation.
yeah,
But your messaging is your message, right? I also think about it like tools in your toolbox, right? And you may know that I'm big on isms. What are the things you say over and
Yeah.
over again that are beneficial for your audience to know that also indicate that you're an expert, right? You don't have to share everything all at once, but you have an awareness of like your your wider message that you can
Yeah.
use at different parts of your business. So what are you selling, Evelyn? Is like 4 week program, 8 week program?
12 week
Yeah,
one-on-one coaching
yeah. How's
for like
it
so
been?
life through lifestyle. So it's like a lifestyle
Yeah,
change.
yeah,
Weekly meetings because it's usually a lot of stuff. So small sustain like the second part to this is small sustainable lifestyle changes. No like hacks or like
yeah,
extremes, like things that actually fit your lifestyle
yeah.
or your schedule.
So the goal is to get people to calls to talk to them about your 12 week offer, right?
Yes.
Yeah. How's it been going, having conversations with people interested in working with you?
How's I think I've seen an uptick. I have a handful of new members just in the past like week or so,
Oh, nice. Yeah.
and I have a call scheduled for someone that I actually had. She was my case study, back when I first like joined Synthesizer in June, and yeah, we haven't talked to her in a while, and I have a call with her on Friday. So I will see if that turns into like a like because she worked for me for free. So I don't know where she's going to be at for like actual paying, but we'll see.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, also
Um,
referrals, right? Make sure to ask her if she knows
yeah,
people
and
who may.
yeah, we had to stop working because some stuff was going on in her life. But she had even in the first 3 weeks, like within 3 weeks, she was like her mood was like stable, and
Yeah. Okay.
she was on SSRIs before, so
That's good.
that
Yeah.
was
So you have individuals joining your community, right? So when they join your
yes.
community, how are you approaching getting them on calls?
I DM them, just like and we have a conversation because one of the questions that I have on the when they join is just kind of like what they're working on. So I'm realizing based on also I'm wondering based on the I think second day that you like the second day of this challenge that maybe I'm going too quickly to like what their problems are instead of like going a little bit
Yeah.
slower
Yeah.
through the seven
Yeah.
stages.
Okay.
So I'm kind of working on that to like get to like build a little bit more rapport before I invite them on a call.
Yeah.
So I've
Yeah.
been slowing down on that a little bit because I think I was being too forward.
I don't think you have to slow down, but make it like optional.
Well,
Like if they want to jump on a call, they can, but if they
oh,
want to
that's
just hang
always
out,
yeah.
yeah,
I
yeah,
always
yeah.
offer it like, hey, is that something that you're interested in? And if they
Okay.
say no,
So
then I'll
what do
point
you
them
say the
towards a
call is for?
resource.
What is the benefit of them jumping on a call with
I
you
can point
for?
them in the right direction to address their issue that they described to me.
Yeah.
I help them out. It's like hey,
And how do you know
like
their
I
issues?
well so there's the question that they answer before they join. So I look at their membership. You
Yeah.
know how like when you join you get to answer questions. One of them is what kind of what brings you to the community, what you're struggling with.
Yeah.
So I read that before I talk to them. So I have that in my mind. And also the I have the auto DM on that asks them like which of these areas is the most relevant to you.
Yeah.
And they usually answer because I have it so it says like it's auto DM, but I read everything and then like
Okay.
here's my
I hear you.
question.
All right.
And
I
then we
got
go back and
enough.
forth.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
got enough info. I'll share with you some of what I do that may be beneficial
Yeah.
to you and other people on the call who are getting people to join their school communities. And that's kind of why I like this dynamic because, I hear what you're going through. And if I can address you and, provide some valiant insights to others, then, everyone wins. Um, So I don't use the auto DMs right now, and I don't have a whole lot of people join. It's more, I might turn it on soon. But especially when you're really looking to build a connection with new members who join your community, it may be something to consider to just be really warm and welcoming and really um give them a sense of like, wow, this is a place that someone's really looking to connect with me. I really want to open up to them. So one thing I do is I use a Loom video. I do like a 1 to 3 minute Loom video for people who, yeah, thanks everyone. Thanks for hanging out. You gotta go, you gotta go. Thanks for
Yeah.
spending some time with us. So people really like the 1 to 3 minute Loom video, but it's also very strategic because the way I understand it is if people hear my voice, if people see me on camera, that's a sample experience of what it's like to be on a Zoom call with me,
Yeah.
right? So it's just like, how do I get them ready for the Zoom experience? Well, I'm giving them a small pre-recorded Loom experience for that. Not only is
Yeah.
it relational building rapport, it's like they've heard my voice, they've seen my face, and it primes them for getting on a Zoom call. I also invite them to the Zoom call on the Loom video. So, what I do for my three questions, the first one is confirming that people are joining the community because they're interested in the outcome of the community. So, for example, for me, it's like, oh, are you interested in helping more people and making more money? Super
Yeah.
simple. Yes or no. Everyone says yes, or they know that's not a good fit for them. And the second question is, what are you struggling with? What are you faced with in regard to this XYZ outcome that you're looking to get to?
Yeah.
Um, so for me, it's like, oh, what is your main goal for growing your business right now, and what do you sense may be getting in your way? You know?
Yeah.
And then the third one is just collecting email. So I also do this because once someone spends some time to answer a simple yes or no with the answer yes, interested in the outcomes,
Yeah.
right? Then the next question they have to answer more, right? You don't
Yeah.
want the first question to be open-ended as much because you want to get their buy-in, right? Yes, I am interested in the outcomes of this community.
Yeah.
The next one's like I've already written yes. I got to answer this question to get in. And the last one is just like collecting their email. So when I do the Loom video, um, so what I say, hey Evelyn, thank you so much for joining the Align Entrepreneur Network community. So good to have you here. I look forward to getting to know more about you and how I may be able to help you. Just taking a look at how you answered the question. So good that you're aligned with the theme of the community, that you're interested in this as well. Talking about what you're faced with. Yeah, I hear this from women. I hear this from entrepreneurs all the time. They struggle with this as well. I also take a moment to look at their profile.
Yeah.
Because again, this is also what I talk about in a lot of my
Yeah.
strategy. It's like just validating them, sharing something about yourself, asking them a question, the VSQ technique, but in a Loom video. So I say, hey, it looks like, you do this, you do that. Oh, I see you're from here. Cool, I've been there before. Oh, you're an INFP. I'm also an INFP. Whatever it is, but
Yeah.
authentically connecting with them,
Yeah.
just briefly for like a few seconds. And then I go back to the questions they answered. And I said, oh, but you mentioned that you're faced with these issues. Well, if you'd like to connect on a call, I could give you some insights on how you may be able to maneuver through that. You know, like no matter what, like you'll have some clarity, you'll have some benefit. I'll give you some tips from the call. Like, would you be open to that? And I also say, like, if you're not looking for a call right now, that's okay. You're more than welcome to explore the community and we can chat. But regardless, really looking forward to getting to know you and how I can support you as a member of this community.
Cool. I like
Yeah.
that.
And a
Yeah.
lot of people do book calls. And if not, they know that the opportunity is there for the call. And even if they don't
Yeah.
book a call, it's a tier above what most people do when people join the community. And they
Yeah, for
go,
sure.
wow,
Yeah, I
personalized
don't think I've
video, that's
ever
so
had
good.
anyone send me, maybe one person ever sent me a Loom when I
Yeah.
joined.
Yeah. Well,
Yeah.
you would have gotten one if I didn't
Yeah,
know you
yeah. We
from the
we chatted before,
synthesizer.
so
Yeah,
I
yeah, yeah.
understand.
Yeah,
I'm
yeah,
not
for sure. Yeah.
yeah.
Because again, like, I want to help you all get more calls because calls is when you can really have conversations about what people are looking to solve. Yeah. Okay, later,
Yeah.
Krista. Yeah, yeah. Cool. I think that is good, Evelyn. Let me know if you need any help with
Thank
that
you. No,
because
that's great. That's great. That's kind of
and
like my
and
like I got the about
and
page. So that's my
yeah,
like my
and like
next
I
thing is
said,
like
like
getting
really
people
tell
on calls.
people the advantage of getting on a call. So it's a no-brainer to
Yeah.
get on the call.
Yeah.
Because like, hey, yeah, would you like to do a discovery? Would you like to do a clarity call? What I used to, I mean,
Yeah.
I don't do it as much anymore. I do it sometimes. It's just like, yeah, and if you'd like to connect on a call where I can offer you some insights and tips and suggestions to move your business forward,
Yeah.
we can do that. It's not a pitch, it's no sales call. I promise it's not that. And you might just
Yeah.
say that because people abuse it. And if we
Yeah.
know that, then you got to keep your word. And a lot of us aren't going to do that, but we have to say that because people, later, Pamela, thanks for jumping on.
Yeah.
Um, And you want people to show up. So if you say it's not a pitch or a sales call, then it may make it easier for them to opt
Yeah.
in, right? Then you
And
say
it's
like,
not
yeah,
and it's true because like I
it
only
is
like
true.
you always ask for permission. I mean, I ask for like if it's not
Yeah,
a sales
yeah,
call, I'll ask for permission before we go into a sales. Like, hey, are you like, would you like to hear this? No? Okay,
yeah,
no. Or yes, yeah.
yeah. And
So it's
and it
not
is
really
true, but we have to say it because
yeah,
people abuse it, right? That's why.
yeah,
Like, hey, if I, because hey, you want to do a call to connect? Like, not really. I want some help, right? Like, hey,
Yeah.
if I could do a complimentary call with you where I can offer you some tips and invites to have more energy, better mood and better sleep, would you be open to connecting a call? It's not a sales
Yeah.
call, it's not a pitch. I guarantee by the end of the call, you'll have some actionable that you can do in your life to benefit you and your family. Like,
Yeah.
like wow, why would I not? So good.
Yeah.
And then of course from that conversation, you know how you can possibly help them beyond just a free call. So that's pretty much it. Yeah. And of course, you want to book a meeting from a meeting, right?
Yeah.
So that call is like, okay, well, I'm glad to connect with you, glad to offer you these tips and insights and suggestions. Um, would you be open to exploring how I can help you beyond just a free call? We could do another call and just see where that goes. What do you think? And
Yeah.
most people just say yeah, because easy. Cool.
Okay. Sounds good. Thank you.
Yeah. Anyone else?
No, I
Last
just
one, I
wanted to
think.
say,
Yeah. Rashid,
I
yeah.
just wanted to say this has been very helpful, you talking to Evelyn, and has opened up my eyes about the things that I need to be doing. Thank you.
Yeah. Cool. Yeah. Good. All right. Yeah. Good to see you here, everyone. And I'll see you tomorrow. Same thing tomorrow. It's another hot seat coaching call. And yeah, enjoy the challenge. Get out there, talk to your people, help people, make money, have fun. All right. See you next
All right.
time.
Thanks, Justin.
Thank you,
Bye.
Justin. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Bye, buddy.